sides of the coin of Galio for protection of the AD carry into Index further into Diable, or additional scaling damage because you already have the Cassante frontline and you turn a single threat comp into a double threat.
Just kind of go for the wolves, maybe? Okay, well, Lucid coming on in, going for an early gank, and Kellin just dies. First blood given over to Career, but it's still a kill. It's now Raptor gonna try to get out of there, but yeah, not in a great spot himself. Flashes forward to try to get closer, and Raptor gonna have to flash himself. Does spell shield the sleep, and he will be okay. Barriers are going to be traded.
Yeah, Kellin gets his heal back online, so that's a little bit of extra health as they get the slow.
Slurkle comes in, Career in a lot of trouble, no sums. Couple more autos could do it. Flash forward and Diable, seeing blood in the water, picks up a kill for himself.
The Unara damage output is just so insane, they almost
pick up the streak with the help of the Corki.
With the win of the Talia that VicLa picked up in game 1, his Syndra is now his.
And his Slurkle comes down, you can see that Raptor's just itching. He wants to press it, and in he goes, in onto the Nami, and Career's like, what do I even do? I was playing carefully, as now Lucid gonna come in. They try to take down Raptor, but Raptor is so tanky, and Diable just runs him down, and even gonna push Smash back just a little bit for good measure, and wins the trade in a big way. Now we have Burst coming in. ShowMaker wants to punish VicLa here, as the Q comes down and ShowMaker doesn't quite have the pressure. Kellin getting in, he wants to kill, but it goes over to Raptor instead, and Smash will follow eventually. Really the only question is who picks this one up as the Q comes down, and actually
I think
he does get away.
He's gonna live here because they just ran out of buttons, everyone's too low. He could pick up a triple if they wanted to push, push it further or ask the question. As Career still doesn't have level 6, so he'd love to toss it in.
No, Career, not like this. He's gonna have to flash, and man, the dominoes, they're not even falling one by one. It's like
I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like he was on a ward. He's gonna show up again right now, so they know where he is.
Yeah, and now they're just gonna try to turn this onto the Corki. You see that the Fear comes down, but they gotta deal with the Pantheon. Lucid doing a good job of frontlining. Flash comes forward as ShowMaker wants to make the play, but Lucid goes down. As that will be the kill over to Raptor. Now the chase is on, onto Career. Flash forward, it's not gonna connect. And now VicLa being burst away. The Unleashed power comes in though, as, oh no, Diable oversteps. Not the first time, but that is massive for the side of DK. VicLa trying to get out. It looks like he barely will be able to.
Has the shield, gets the scatter, and he gets away. Very, very close turnaround there for Dplus, as things could have been much worse. And VicLa says, I want to continue to make that the case. Wants to lurk here and find Smash.
I think
he was on a ward.
Okay, well.
And Valdez,
back
that
in the
vision
game.
toggle was alone and gets caught. It's just a bit sloppy here from BNK. Not really two ways about it. Dplus like, thanks to the freebie.
ShowMaker just dies. And this is right before the Infernal Drake. Clear is being bopped a little bit. And actually the Infernal does go over to DK. So they were on it, and ShowMaker tried to rotate over, it looks like, and just kind of dies. So Mountain Soul this time. Pretty massive for DK, as you mentioned. 2 dragons. They've caught up in essentially every facet. And VicLa once again, this time he's just going to face check, and guess who's here? It is indeed Lucid. Somehow Career gets that kill, as now they're going for the kill up on the top side. Looks like once again ShowMaker will meet his arch nemesis as Clear picks up another kill and gets him down. Siwoo is going in, but that is Unara.
And the lane
gonna force him to ult away.
Here, a little bit awkward for DK. Like, they have Smash in the bottom lane with the Pantheon, so he's relatively free to farm, but I don't know if he needs to be here right now as the Jax is dealing with the Unara, so not having a great time.
Siwoo, no, what's going on here?
And so the Corki is back
mid,
and he just dies in the mid lane to the Unara. Like I was saying, this is not where the Jax wants to be. The Jax wants to be dealing with the Cassante, where you can counter-strike and buy space, not where ShowMaker is, who ends up getting caught there on the top side and burst down. And Dplus's macro falling apart a little bit here in this mid game, and now the Herald is up for grabs.
Yeah, it just looks like they're falling apart a little bit at the seams. And now the Herald's up here, and now we got the stun down on a Lucid. Tons goes into him, and Clear has the flank once again. 2 kills, the Herald, and Smash alone just trying to get away. And BNK, the rocket has really taken off here.
It really is. 3 grubs already there.
He's not very happy about this.
It's wild to think that. Okay, we are going to see a bit of a ShowMaker gank here, so I'll hold my words for a moment.
Yeah, I got to land the stun, and the bubble is going to sail wide, and Smash once again tries to step up to Diable. The bubble, though, is gigantic. as we do see the follow-up tidal wave, though. It's going to keep him at bay, and just that. As Diable is just so powerful right now. We do see Lucid is here, and the flash!
Diable baits him! He baits him!
Oh, he's just styling all over DK right now, and ShowMaker once again has to deal with these two. Once again dies to the Cassante.
I mean,
what do you do?
When we had Arrow on the desk the other day, he was like, I don't know why Diable plays like this, doesn't need to, but it's fun to watch, and it works out as he's literally baiting the Pantheon flash stun. He has his flash at the ready. He's standing on the edge of the range. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can practically see the range indicator with your eyes as you watch that moment, and he's just so ready.
Yeah, BNK are here farming wins, and Diable's here. He's like, I want some of those ShowMaker fans to look at me as the next generation of the LCK. As we definitely know he is a big part of it. It looks like this first Mountain Drake should be going over to the side of BNK. Channeling a back here is Cassante. Just gonna find Siwoo, who's like, well, what's going on here in this bush? I've got a counter-strike that's not gonna do all too much against the Syndra. There's a lot of damage, a massive stun comes down, but the health bars are pretty low. Looking to engage now, ShowMaker desperate for something, and Lucid just blown up immediately. And you see that the rest of DK is just running away. In goes Raptor, flashes out there as the sleep comes in, but the damage is enough as Kellin says, I will collect the kill. And he does exactly that. BNK now 5,000 gold ahead, Wolf.
The first pick Pantheon is 0-4, and it looked like a balloon. T1 just cannot hold a candle to BNK here in this best of 5 today.
BNK looking insane tonight, and now they're looking for Siwoo as well, and they will pick up that kill. A bunch does go into clear, but he is the tank. And so at the end of the day, he will brush it off and not really care all too much. But it's just another kill, another turret going the way of BNK. And they're just, you know, there's no big objectives. I guess they could go for Baron, but they say we'll take the kill first.
Dragon's up in 140, so they grab this vision. They are on a 3-item Yunara setup, like where doing Baron feels like it could be quite strong, but they also have a Syndra, so it's not the fastest Baron, and they don't have a ton of control, so they're going to play a little bit more patiently as Diable has Flash.
Yeah, he is just not going to use it until the very end here, but Flash has come in from Lucid, and now Clear shows up, and he says, get away from my 80 carry. And look, Diable is still alive, finally. We do see the spear come in, and Clear a little bit out of position. Now he's being burst, but he is going forward in BNK fashion, has the wild growth, and they say, no Yunara, no problem. And they will be able to take down Smash and eliminate the second 80 carry from this fight. So now Siwoo's like, oh, maybe I can do it. No, he's just going to get stunned up. As we do see Raptor going on in. And I think they got to get out of here. Stat, although we are going to see Siwoo going in, does land the double stun. And now ShowMaker trying to get something done as Unstoppable will go clear. And finally, VicLa is going to show up to this one. And Siwoo finally does get that kill on a Raptor, but eventually will bite the dust. As now we have the bubble coming in. ShowMaker trying his best to make something of this series, but he's just going to get polymorphed and trying to follow up here. He's going to pick up a flash, but not quite able to land too much more.
Yeah, the blast cone is going to help build more space here, but I think that was the end of it, that final sleep. A lot of play here from Clear in this crazy. Kellin then has to save him. Some really good play from Kellin. This is a scrappy fight that didn't need to be that scrappy. The lead here for BNK, though, is so big that I just don't know if it matters that Dplus get these small victories in these longer exchanges.
Yeah, it's not enough, as you mentioned. Now we're going all out under the turret, and guess who's back? Back again. It is Nocturne to bring you the nightmares to any side laner, as Diable's just in it. I don't really know how he got here, but he is ready to fight, as he always is. Diable picks up the kill and has the McHale's right there. Meanwhile, we see Smash and Career trying to push away the Cassante, but like, they're losing so much, man. BNK are just owning all of the games today.
Yeah, and this is, I think, in part due to draft. Something we haven't talked about that much, you know, in terms of the overall season. We've talked a lot about the 80 carry meta, funneling your 80 carries goal, winning bottom lane, playing that 3v3 better. But draft has played a major part, I think, in so many of our playoff series, including BNK's win over T1, Dplus's win over T1, and now Dplus's loss. It looks like very likely here to BNK.
Oh,
no vision,
no
nothing.
Idea. ShowMaker might just die here. The power comes in, and he is just hiding in the jungle. And no longer will Zoe be alive for this Baron. Career as well might be in some trouble. Bubble does go down on a VicLa, but even the Wild Growth is there trying to save VicLa. He's running away from everybody, and nobody can deal with him. Career goes down and clears behind enemy lines. BNK truly are off the rails now as VicLa is back, decides to die.
10,000 gold the lead here means that VicLa, the worst thing is he might get a stern talking to after this game, but I just don't know if it is really going to matter here as Dplus barely hanging on in this game, and to win this series and to face off against Gen G, it will have to not only reverse, and
yeah, I don't know.
Diable's making a statement.
Sometimes the most unexpected result is the one that happens. Diable is getting chunked out a little bit. Raptor getting flanked. He has to go forward. Doesn't really have any help from his team, though, although on the bottom side of this one, Lucid getting shredded by this gigantic Unara. As Diable is just running straight into them, does not care at all. The flash forward from Kellin to save him, and Diable can do whatever he wants tonight. And he will do exactly that, has the backing of his team, and he knew it. Splashes into 4 people and does not get punished.
He just typed /God mode in the chat. And that's exactly what happened as his teammates give him all the resources. Smash here, looking for something.
Yeah, and they're stopping the back at the same time. Career's just dead, that's fine, but like, they stop Smash from getting back so that this push can happen in mid.
That's an inhibitor down, and there's no angle.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's a very appropriate emote for the situation.
Nice. For the whole series.
This is they have, the global they have, the 80 carry they have. VicLa is gonna look for an angle.
No. Well, it's looking like death number 7 for the most popular guy in the arena, as we've mentioned many times, but he was not able to put up the performance to back it up, as now the damage goes in on the Smash, and that is VicLa's job. Just do just that, and Smash does not get to play the game. Doesn't matter if he dies or not. Smash 4-1, he's like, well, I guess this just wasn't our LCK Cup. We got the win on to T1, and that was a little bit too much, I suppose. And BNK, I mean, at least because this one is so one-sided, now I have hope that maybe BNK can do something tomorrow. Because before this, I was like, well, just give Gen G the trophy, you know, the classic saying. But BNK looking amazing tonight, and DK have had no chance.
Certainly not really any ins in this series, as it's just an everything gap between these squads. ShowMaker trying his best to make something of this. The bubble.
All right, there it is, the bubble, but everything is thrown into Diable to keep him alive, and even ShowMaker trying, but does no damage. Another sleep bubble does come in at least. And that's about all they're going to get. The knockback comes back on a Lucid. He gets stunned, and Diable looking for more. As Clear is going to pick up another kill and deny him any streak there. But the game is over, and BNK are just playing with their food. But they have done what they came here to do tonight, and that is to book their ticket to the Grand Finals tomorrow. Down goes Diable. He does not care. BNK 3-0. Shut out DK. Make it to the Grand Finals, and also make it to first stand.
Arguably the most